On this day, 15 years ago, Kanye West dropped what, in my opinion, to be his greatest album and my personal favorite album of all time. So obviously, there's gonna be some personal bias here, but and the second CD I ever bought in my first life, the first one being his graduation album, but that's another story. But to celebrate and commemorate this day, I wanted to just go through the album track list and just talk about the songs, personal experience, thoughts, feelings, why I like them, what they mean to me, etc., etc., etc. Uh, but just for the purposes of the video, I'm gonna be excluding the skits because even though I really do like the skits, they're really entertaining, especially the broke fire, bro. We ain't got it. Skits. I feel like you could like make a whole like video on the skits themselves, uh, and I feel like I could do that another day. So I just wanted to talk about the actual songs and then go from there. So without any further ado, we'll start with the first one, Heard 'Em Say. This was actually the first song from this album. Well, this was actually the song, not the first song, because the first song I heard from this album was Gold Digger, but that was like on the radio before I even really knew who Kanye was. But that's another story. But this was the reason I had actually bought the CD instead of College Dropout, which was also at the Best Buy store whenever I went to get the CD. So let's go back to when I was in the seventh grade. We were tax testing, which is the standardized Texas bullshit test you have to take to go to like the next grade. Um, and we and at the time we were like we had been doing like those like bulky ass laptops back in the day your teacher would have like in the class, and you do like go on some website and like do some like stupid assignment or whatever for like a free 100 or whatever. Well, my teacher had those laptops in our class at the time, and she was pretty cool. So she let us, if you finished your tech test, you could like get the headphones and a laptop and like get on cool math games or listen to music or whatever you could do that the school firewall will let you do. And so, I mean, this is like 2008. So I took my ass to YouTube, Yahoo Music, and I was just going through the Kanye songs, and I saw Heard 'Em Say, and I was like, oh, I never heard this one. And it was actually, I watched the music video, and this was the animated one, not the animated like black and white one, not the one with him like in the mall with the kids and stuff like that. Even though I do like that one. And I was just listening to it, and like the everything from the beat, the lyrics, the Adam Levine hook. Like I didn't even know who Adam Levine was, and I don't even like I still barely know who he is. I just know he's the Maroon 5 guy, or Coldplay, or maybe that's Chris Martin who's a Coldplay guy. But either way, I just know. I don't know. It just everything just hit so hard. It touched me, and like honestly, I almost broke down and just started crying in there. But like, I was a seventh grader, and like I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the most macho kid, so I wasn't about to finish this breakdown crying in front while everyone is texting to give people more reason to think I'm a pussy. So, but that's another thing. But I don't know, just like everything, like I don't know, like when I don't know. I just really love that song, and it really holds a special place in my heart. And the second song, Touch the Sky, was the first Kanye song I actually ever heard, ever. So, when I was in elementary school, I used to go to my uncle's house in the morning, and with my cousins, we'd walk to school. We walked to school because we all went to the same school. And before when we walk to school, we'd leave my cousin's house a little bit early, and we'd go to his friend's house. And sometimes we'd go early and we'd like watch TV or play video games on his GameCube or whatever. And then we'd all like walk to school collectively, me and my cousin and his friend. So and like one day we went over there and he had like MTV on or something, and they were playing the Touch Sky music video, and I was like, bro, and I was just like sitting there on the couch watching, and I was like, bro, this song was pretty good. And what do you call it? And then I was really fucking with the Evil Knievel like theme and like little like skit in the middle with Tracy Ellis Ross and Neil Long, and they're like calling out Kanye, and then Tracy Ellis Ross is like, "You want a white girl? You want some tits? You want a Barbie? You want some tits? But what about the ah?" Like, bro, like being in like the third, fourth grade, like that was the fucking funniest thing I had ever seen and heard in my life. And like that day, I like went to school and like any kid just told all his friends like, "Oh my gosh, I saw this on TV, blah blah blah, it was so funny, blah blah blah," because you know we didn't have texting or social media like you kids nowadays. And then, but I don't know, it's still probably one of my favorite music videos, and I still one of my favorite songs. Lupe's verse was on it was great, and that was the first time I heard Lupe myself, who as an artist I really enjoyed too. So that was my introduction to him too. So that's another reason I like the song. And then next, Gold Digger. Gold Digger, I had heard like a bunch of times on the radio before, earlier before on the radio before, but like I never like really listened to it or like paid attention to it because I was in the car, because it would be like in the car with my mom or dad driving, and like probably like 90% of the time if we were in the car, I had my Game Boy in my hand and I was too deep into it to even like pay attention to it. But I don't know. Jamie Foxx ate his part in it. For the longest time, I really thought that was really actually just like Kanye sampled like actual like Ray Charles, and I didn't know it was actually Jamie Foxx who like reprised those lines and stuff. So he did a great job, and that's probably like my favorite part of the song. Like, she take my money, I'm like, bro, like if like if I could sing like that, I definitely have all those. But to the next song, Drive Slow. This song was great. Like just the southern Houston hip hop influence in it, with Paul Wall, Ti in the music video version of the song, and GLC went off to, and Kanye too. I don't know, just like one of those songs you like play while it's late at night and you're driving. And a funny story I have about with this song is whenever I got my license when I was 17. So the first time I ever drove by myself after I first got my license to get like potatoes or some shit from Kroger's for my mom. On the way back, it was like 8, 9, the roads were pretty empty, so I got my iPod Nano at the time, and I hooked it up to the aux in my mom's car, and I started playing Drive Slow, and like I was on the road, and it was like it had a 40 mile per hour speed limit, but I definitely was going 15 or 20. And I was a new driver, so usually I was always had my hands at 2 and 10, gripping the wheel very sternly. But just for this moment, I put the one arm and I was just doing slow on me. Like I was just like, honestly, that was like the greatest thing I had achieved at that life, being able to drive by myself while listening to Drive Slow while I was actually driving slow. Like it was for me, I'm a person who is the little things in life, and for me that was one of the big little things for me. So the next song, My Way Home, technically Kanye's not even on this song, but I really love how he sampled the Gil Scott Heron song, and how that song was about the crack epidemic and demonizing of addiction, and during like the 80s and Reaganomics and war on drugs and all that stuff, and how Kanye like put his own spin on it, or well, I guess Common put his own spin on it, or you know what I'm trying to say, but it still felt relevant. And like, I don't know, the Gil Scott Heron part where it's like, I might not be such a bad idea, I never went home again. Like I would like sing that all the time, and like whenever I'd be like coming home, I would like be thinking that. Especially like if I got in trouble at school, or like I forgot to like do the chores or something, or like my mom or dad was pissed at me. So Onto the next song, Crack Music. I actually really didn't really like this song whenever I first listened to the album, just because I thought like, okay, like, just because I didn't really get it. But as I got older and I became more informed, and I learned about the cocaine import agency and how Ronald Reagan and all of them tried to destroy the black community with with the crack epidemic, and how Kanye like took that and then was like relating how niggas was like selling crack. It was like either you became a crack addict or you were selling crack uh, to get by, and like was basically using it as an analogy for like hip hop. How like that was like a new avenue and venture for black people to like make it, and how everyone and how like opposed to like crack, like people just loved it, and like just like the visual, the imagery in it, like whenever he said, put the CD on your tongue, yeah, that's pure, man, and just other stuff like that. So it's just, I feel like it's a really powerful song that I've grown to appreciate more and more over the years, and probably one of my favorite songs on the album. Roses, I always liked this song a lot, but back in 2016 when my grandma passed away, obviously like it just hit a lot harder, and I related more to it, and just like going to the hospital all the time to like visit her, and like seeing my grandpa there, and seeing, and just like how the part where Kanye's like, my grandfather trying to pull it together. He's strong. That's where I get my confidence from. Like I would see that, and like my grandpa, he was a pretty strong, proud man trying to like be strong and like faithful, that like things would my grandma would get better and stuff like that. And I don't know, it just, I really like identified with it, and it became one of my favorite songs, and that's probably one of the reasons like this became one of my favorite albums because of it. So it's really, so it really touches me a lot. But next is Bring Me Down. And low key, I feel like this is like the most underrated song on the album. Like Kanye went off, even though the verse is kind of short. Like whenever he says like hated niggas marry hated bitches and have hated kids, that's just the way it is. Like I don't know, that bar just really sticks with me, just cause like, bro, niggas be haters, and like for no reason too. And it's like almost like as if it were like a genetic thing. Like we're just like this habitual like hating come from and stuff, uh and then the part where he's like, everybody feels a way about K, but at least y'all feel something. It's like, it makes me think like, I rather like, I don't, honestly, I don't care if you hate on me. Like I rather everyone feel some kind of way about me, which means I mean I'm doing something right, versus like no one giving a fuck about me, because meaning that I'm irrelevant. And also like the Brandy ate her feature in this too, so like shout out to her. And then the next song is Addiction. And I really like this song just because like, just probably like, this is probably like the best beat on the whole, actually the second best beat on the album. That the first best beat on it, I'll get to that when I get to that. But just because like just, I don't know, like everything, just like the hook, how it just kind of like everything that makes me feel good. Why is everything that's supposed to be good, bad make me feel so good? It's just like you could like apply that to drugs, women, sex, gambling, like any kind of like obviously addiction has like plenty and lots of many forms and things like that. So it always like, I always thought it, and it's like the song's not really like that serious, but like it still kind of like captures like the feeling of like, and like rush, and like kind of like manic, like stringed out feeling of like addiction. So I don't know, but still being like something like you could bob your head to, and like just like kind of vibe to, but at the same time, I don't know. I just fuck with that song. And then next is Diamonds from Sierra Leone, and just so like, okay, so I fuck with the song like obviously because Kanye remixed the song from what it was originally about to bring awareness to the blood diamonds from Sierra Leone, and bring awareness to just like which also like brought awareness to just general exploitation of like African content for resources, whether it's like for, not just diamonds, gold, coal, oil, coltan, cobalt, all kinds of minerals, tea, like everything, like, and even not even just then, and still to this day, like it's being exploited, and like these resources are being taken advantage of by other countries, United States, Europe, European countries, China for sure. And it's like damn, like, and it's like if like Blood Diamonds or like this song never came out, like would people like even be as aware of all this and that? And this is definitely still like a problem. We need to get like China the fuck out of Africa. But that's another thing. But next song we majored. This is probably like one of my favorite Kanye beats ever. Just like this song, like just like a really feel good like Sunday morning afternoon song you like listen to, just relaxing, like watching the sunrise. Like I go running in the morning sometimes, and like I remember once just running and like watching this early in the morning when it's so cool because Texas be hot as fuck, especially in the summer, and just like watching the sunrise while like you hear those trumpets like and just like everything, like Nas's verse, really dope was great, like everything, and just like I don't know, I really just love this song. Probably one of like the I'll probably say like top 10, 15 Kanye songs for sure, like for sure. Um, Next song came on, like obviously like everyone, like how can you not like this song, like probably like I don't want to say like the best like mother like tribute song in hip hop, but like probably definitely my favorite, like more than like Dear Mama or fuck, I can't think of any other ones besides that one, but there's a lot. And I don't know, this one just, I don't know, just like the way Kanye like just dedicated this whole song to his mom and everything she did for him. Just like everyone can relate to it, because like I mean oh, well most like just everyone having like that mother figure, or like person, that warmth and nurturing feeling, like, and just giving thanks to her, like, and then it's just a really beautiful, touching song that I feel like a lot of people can relate to. Celebration. This song is just like more laid back and fun. What do you call it? I don't know. Like grab a drink, grab a glass. After that, grab your ass. I don't know. Like, you know, I wish I was in a position that I could say that like I was at a party and like we're just having fun with drink in my cup and like just feeling just with a handful of ass. But you know, I can't say that I have. But you know, kind of really painted that imagery for me, and it's just a really nice feel good party song. And then next song, which is technically the last song on the album, Gone. This is honestly probably like one of the best verses Kanye's ever spit in his life. Like, if you ever flip side, like if you ever flip sides like Anakin, you saw everything, including the mannequin. Like when I first heard that, I was like, damn, that's a bar. Or like the Taco Bell churros line, like that too. Like I don't know, Kanye just kind of went off and talked this shit, and like obviously Kanye or Cameron went on his feature, and the sample of the Otis Ring song. I forget the name of it, but the "We Strive and Tall," that part, that was like really great. Just a really good way to close out the album. I enjoyed it a lot. And then you have OG, the original Diamonds, which honestly I feel like one of Kanye's most underrated verses. Just like, and it makes me mad, like, cause like, okay, so I'll admit, like, Jay-Z got Kanye on the remix, but like, I mean, it's like if he kept like his original verse from the original version and like put that and then like added Jay Z's verse to it for Diamonds, then like I would have. And I felt like Kanye would have the better verse, but that's not what happened. But like I don't know, he just really went off and like uh, and I don't know. I feel like the original version doesn't get as much love as it deserves. So go out, listen to it, listen to those versions, and then tell me you have suddenly realized why the original version was the best version of that song. Okay, and then finally we get to Late, which is my favorite song on the album, just because like I don't know, just how laid back it is, kind of like the perfect like outro to an album, to an amazing album. And it's just like I don't know, like I feel like I remember when I was in college, like walking to class, being late, and like instead of being rushed, just like putting my headphones in, like listening to the song, and just like I'm gonna be late for that, like just not being able to be bothered, just like kind of really the song really makes me want to stop and think about enjoying little things and taking the roses, taking in and smelling the roses, taking in the view and smelling the roses, and not like being rushed up in the moment and everything that's going on. Because like I mean like I don't know. I don't know. This song's just so feel good and just enjoyable. The beat's wonderful. Just I don't know. I just love it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about all the songs. Are definitely not the most perfectly and like cohesive video of it, but you know I love this album. And I mean I'm not gonna lie. I've been ranting. I've been thinking about that album all day and listening to it. Like I even got my CD case right here. The actual that from whenever I first bought it. I mean I lost the little booklet and this whole was like beat the fuck up. But the CD's in my car because I went to the store earlier and I was playing it. Cause you know I don't know albums just be hitting harder when you have like the physical CD or like a vinyl or whatever. Like I don't know. Like I mean technically I'm sure there's like no technical difference, but like and there might be a placebo effect, but you know, fuck it, like placebos might not be real, but like I mean, as long as in your head, like it matters. That's all that matters, really, truthfully. But yeah, so thank you for listening. You can like or share the video or whatever. I don't care. I'm not really about this YouTube life. I just want to rant about an album I really love. And if you want to share in the comments your feelings, thoughts about the song, your favorite songs, beats, or anything you have to say about this album, then go ahead and go for it, man. And you know, you guys just have a wonderful Sunday.